Well, happy Thanksgiving Saturday, everybody. How's it going? We are live. Jason Strudwick, Ryan Rashog, live on the internet, Struddy. Figured, because technically this podcast isn't tough enough to execute, I would try and do it live. Why not?
You're doing it all now. Just think of all the new skills you've picked up. It's pretty impressive, actually. I'm proud of you, buddy.
You just completely jinxed us because, yeah, running the whole board, running everything, trying to get this done. I think we're up. I don't know. I'm looking at my computer. I feel like people can see us.
All right.
Yeah. What do you got going for Thanksgiving, buddy?
The usual family dinner on Monday.
Yep.
But between now and then, it's kids' activities and shuttling them all over the place and yelling at refs. So pretty fun weekend, buddy.
Come on now.
You know I love yelling.
Respectful of those referees.
Got to yell at them. You're not a real coach unless you're yelling at refs.
No, Struddy. Objection, flag on the play from me. You know what? I was going to wait on this, but because you just said that, I'm calling you out right here real early in the live stream. You want to explain this to everybody? An explanation is required here. It's definitely expressing something. So I feel like your level is really low. I don't know. We're just going to do a mic check mid-live stream here. Go ahead, Struddy. Give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. I'm not sure why. All right. Well, we're just going to, we'll come back here, see if that fixes it. Okay, give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, that fixed it. I don't know. I feel like we might have lost your audio while you were explaining that shirt, but that's almost funnier, actually. If I didn't allow you to explain it and your mic got muted for some reason, and I think it did.
That shirt, it doesn't need an explanation. It just looks that good. That's style.
I don't know, pal. Oh, it's pretty rough, man. I'm just not sure. There's a lot going on with that shirt. We'll move on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to check in with Mr. Dirk, and we'll see what Sterling over at Mr. Dirk has to say about that. Listen, a reminder that our Got Your Back Short Shift live stream is brought to you by Mid-City Construction Management. They're a local family-owned company specializing in civil construction projects for over 40 years, from roadways to excavation, underground utilities, paving, and concrete. They've played a massive role in the infrastructure of Edmonton and surrounding areas since 1980. And Struds, they're looking for quality people. They're hiring, so if you're looking for work, looking for a change, all levels of qualifications, equipment operators, grounds people, concrete workers, snow removal, they've got full and part-time positions available, and there's plenty of room for growth and advancement. So for a full list, go to mid-city.ca and click Apply Now. All right, buddy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw myself under the bus a little bit here, because if you recall, after Dylan Holloway's last performance, or one of his last performances, you and I were the voices of reason the next morning. Mm-hmm. This was us talking about Dylan Holloway after, what was it, a 3 or a 4-point night?
Yeah.
Here it was.
Sure.
I do think that in this moment, a little bit of pumping the brakes is needed, because people are going to want to say, he's made the team. Bang, he's made the team. And I think it's definitely trending in that direction, but quality of competition means everything.
100%. And I feel like we're the negative guys here, but this is reality.
Okay. I'm not saying we were wrong in the moment, but I don't know, Struddy. I don't think anybody needs to pump the brakes anymore. Dylan Holloway's starting the year on the team, and not only that, he's starting the year in the top 6.
Yeah, I could see that happening, but let's just be clear here. It's a process. So starting the year on the team in the opening lineup doesn't mean you're in the starting lineup or in the top 6 in game 20 or game 40 or game 60. So I think there's so much thought, energy, discussion put into what's the opening night lineup. And honestly, of all the lineups of the year, that's the least important. The most important is game 82 And then the most important after that is 83, right? And 84, 85, and in your way. So I listen, let's just put aside the conversation that he had to be up here for cap reasons. I believe that he's earned the right to be on the team. And that's a big thing. When you're that young, you've earned the right to be on the team. And now we're talking about earning him the right of being in the top 6 or top 9. What I like about his game, and what I've seen the last 2 games that I hadn't seen prior against NHL competition, is he's making plays with other top players. He's not just getting beside them, getting the puck for them and giving it to them. He's making plays. Him and Hyman seem to have something going on, whether it's Connor or Leon. He's playing with these guys. He's not playing alongside them. And there's a big difference there, a big, big difference. So I really liked what I seen. I'm encouraged. There's no doubt that it's a great thing for them to know others. And when they drafted him, in my mind, I'd hoped he'd become this type of player. And now he's trending in that direction. And he's earned every minute of ice time he'll get if it's opening night. And again, top 6 or top 9. But Shagar, it's a long season and things can change so quickly, both for the good and the bad.
Right. But I mean, let's be clear what the debate was back in the moment. The debate was never, he's made the team and he's going to be a top 6 forward right till the end of the year and in the playoffs, right? He's fighting for a spot as high up in the lineup as he can get opening night. That's the battle that's in front of him. And in fairness, that's the battle we were evaluating. I don't think it was wrong to say pump the brakes before, because quality of competition does matter. But to your point, the quality just ratcheted up, and he was fantastic last night. I was taking notes. So this is what I have. His first shift of the game, scoring chance, steal, hit, back check. That was in his first shift.
Yeah.
I think 4 of their first 5 shifts were really good shifts where they had opportunity in the offensive zone. Making plays, heady plays, where little touch passes where he would just pause for a moment and the hockey sense was on display. Nice little touch passes, little give and go with Hyman where he threaded it right through. This guy did not have the play die on his stick very often last night, if at all, and especially in the offensive zone. And man, oh man, I thought he looked like he fit right in with 2 high-skill top 6 player studs.
Yeah, he sure did. And if you're Zach Hyman, if that's who he plays with, you're going to love it because, Holloway is similar to him. He can skate, he goes to the hard areas, and most importantly, he gets puck back and makes plays. And that's a big thing. Making plays is what it's all about. Those top guys, they don't want you to just get the puck and never see it again. They want to give it to you, then know they're going to get it back. Or if they give it to you, you can finish a play. So this is huge for the Edmonton Oilers. This is drafting properly. This is having patience. This is developing. This is something I've been banging this drum for years, and finally we're starting to see the fruits of that labor they're putting into. And the next guy up might be Broberg or Bourgault after this.
Want to get to the Weiss Johnson soundbox here, and pretty cool couple promotions that Weiss Johnson has going as part of their 45th year anniversary. For the next 3 months, they're going to be giving away for free, including installation, a new furnace or hot water tank to a community organization or charity that is in need. They're also looking for the oldest furnace in Edmonton, and they will be replacing that for free as well. So listen, fire them an email, info@weiss-johnson.com. That's info@weiss-johnson.com. Either send a picture of your old-ass furnace that you want to have replaced if you think it might be the oldest one in town, or if you know of a charity or a community organization that is in need, send them that name and any information that you have on that. So that's Weiss Johnson, 5803 Roper Road. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got the jingle, Strutty. You've heard that jingle for years in this town, hey?
I love it. I love that jingle.
Yeah. Okay, so to the Weiss Johnson soundbox, there are 2 things that Jay Woodcroft said last night about Dylan Holloway, and this isn't nothing. These comments mean something.
I liked him. I feel good when he's on the ice. I thought he did a lot of really good stuff.
I feel good when he's on the ice. When you're a rookie trying to make a team and your head coach says that means something. How about this other one?
What I like about Dylan is I think he brings a lot of youthful energy and enthusiasm to our group and to our team. Guys like playing with him, and he had a good game.
Guys like playing with him. So listen to those two things from the head coach. If you're a rookie, what are two things you would love to hear from your head coach? I feel good when he's on the ice. Guys like playing with him.
Yeah.
That's messaging right there.
Well, what it means is they trust him. The coach and the players trust him. And that's huge. That is absolutely huge. As a young player, you want to be trusted, because guess what? When you're trusted, you get more ice time. And the more ice time you get, the more confidence you get, the more confidence they get in you. And now it becomes a kind of a vicious cycle. So a lot of good things out of Dylan Holloway. There's no doubt. But this is good for the Oilers. More players that are able to play in their top 6 or top 9. And another big body. When Ken Holland arrived here, talked about putting fast, big wingers, or looking for fast, big wingers. He's added Hyman, Kane, Puljujarvi is, he's kind of here, but he wasn't here. Holloway, Yamamoto, not big, but he does. All these guys, Ryan McLeod, they've got what they've wanted, and now they're going to be, and Fogle, much harder to play against throughout the year, and then hopefully through the playoffs.
Okay, let's get to Jesse Puljujarvi. We have talked about the pressure that was being put on him. Dylan Holloway pressuring him for a spot in the top 6. Warren Fogle pressuring him for a spot in the top 9. And we were wondering if Puljujarvi might be destined for the 4th line, at least to start the year. So with Yamamoto out of the lineup last night, Puljujarvi gets an opportunity on the top line with Connor McDavid and with Evander Kane. This was a big opportunity for him, Struds, because while he was okay last game and okay the game before, he had yet to have any sort of distinguishing moment in training camp. And I'm sorry, he's not veteran enough to walk quietly through all of training camp and then just hit the regular season running. He needed to have some moments. I think last night he had moments. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. And good for him to recognize, that what's going on. There's competition out there, and he's fighting for his ice time, along with Fogle, along with Holloway, along with Yamamoto. Like they're all fighting for ice time, and that is the best possible scenario for a coach, because it's not like he has to sit guys out. If player A isn't playing well enough, guess what? Player B can take a spot. And I thought he was great last night, Puljujarvi. I thought he was on the puck. He scores the goal, goes the puck with his stick on the ice, and it's Connor finds him, but whatever, like he still converts. So I think it's a very positive night for him, and he should be feeling good about his game from last night.
Let's go back to the Weiss Johnson sound box. Here's Connor McDavid when asked about Puljujarvi's night.
First and foremost,
Wrong clip. Sorry about that. Here's Connor McDavid on Jesse Puljujarvi.
He's at his best when he's playing physical and getting in on the forecheck and, winning pucks back for his line mates and going to the net and banging them home. That's what he did tonight.
That's what he did tonight. Winning pucks back to his line mates, going to the net and banging home goals. That's what they want to see from Jesse Puljujarvi. And when he's at his best, Struds, the play doesn't die with him. He actually goes and gets it back and perpetuates offensive zone time. When he's off his game, he kills offensive zone time. When he's on it, he extends it. And that matters to your line mates.
Yeah. So I've been saying that's his recipe, going to the net and winning pucks back. It's not a hard recipe. And guess what? When he does those two things right, other areas of the game will open up to him. He'll get more open looks with the puck. But if he wants to be a shooter first guy, he will not be playing with those guys, and he will not be playing and having the success he wants. Look at Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman, he scores all his goals within, a 10-foot putt from the crease, and he gets the puck back. That is his recipe. But you know what? He does it really well. Do we remember Zach Hyman scoring from distance last year? I don't. I'm sure he did. Don't jump all over me, people. But it's a rare occurrence. He's around the net, but that gives you confidence. Now the rest of your game opens up. So, that's Connor McDavid saying what we've been saying all along. Go to the blue paint, get pucks back. It's a simple recipe. The most easy recipe. And guess what? That gets you 25 goals a game. That probably gets you $4 or $5 million for the next 5 or 6 years.
Takes a penalty late in the third period.
Oh, bad penalty.
Bad penalty too.
Oh my God.
We have to mention it because it happened. That was a terrible penalty.
Yeah.
Like
preseason. We'll give him a preseason penalty.
Give him a preseason pass. But then came back out, got into the action a little bit more, had another chance in front, was grinding in the slot. He made some really nice little plays. I love the fact he had the intention to shoot. McDavid set him up a couple of times. And look, he's not exactly picking corners, but he's getting shots off, and that matters, getting pucks to the net. This was an important night for Jesse Puljujarvi. He returned serve on some guys that are putting pressure on him. I still think that Yamamoto and Holloway start ahead of him in the top 9, but the third line now, Struds, becomes interesting. I didn't think they were great last night. Ryan McLeod and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins early on in the game. I thought it took them a long time to kind of get going. And remember, Warren Foegele has been the guy on that line. So when opening night comes, is it Puljujarvi on that line with McLeod and Nugent-Hopkins, or is it Warren Foegele? And we think Foegele will be healthy.
Yeah, really crazy. I would suspect it'd be Puljujarvi. I really think that they're going to, you know what, they're going to give him. I hate that saying, give him a chance, but I think that he's earned the right to be on that spot, and so has Foegele. But maybe you'll see Foegele with Nuge and Puljujarvi at some point, right? And then McLeod becomes a fourth line center. There's some mix like that, but they've all kind of been in the right place, and they've all, I think, at times shown they can do it. But what I like is that there's interchangeable pieces, and there'll be players that are going to be in and out. And if you're not bringing it on a certain night, guess what? You're out, someone else is in. And I love that for a coach, because that's the currency he has. And I said it before. And so, I think it's going to be Puljujarvi in that line, to be completely honest.
Yep.
Over top of Foegele. But I think that it's going to be, you're going to have, there's not going to be a long rope for people. If they're not performing, boom, you're out.
One more time.
Weiss Johnson,
Back to the Weiss Johnson soundbox. Here's Jay Woodcroft on Puljujarvi. I'm going to be doing that all season. It's the jingle. I love the jingle. Here's Woodcroft on Puljujarvi.
You look at the goal that he scored. It was started off of a finished check, and then going to the net. So, I think when he was with Connor, it brought out some of his natural skill set. Connor has a way of doing that for people.
Good for Jesse Puljujarvi. Clearly feeling the pressure. Came out and had the game that he needed to have. My shot is annoying me. It's a little bit off kilter, and I'm adjusting my shot live on the live stream here. Sure. So just bear with me. See, it needs to tilt that way a little bit.
Yeah.
And then over that way a little bit. Did you notice that?
Yeah. It looks like things are sliding off your shelf.
Yeah, is that
while you're doing that, let me just comment on something, a big picture item.
Okay.
The Oilers had a good year last year, a really nice playoff run. And they've earned a right to be somewhat patient with their team. The players, the coaches have earned the right to be patient with their players through this training camp. But now it's time to be ready to play. Last night, Seattle came out with way more intensity, hustle, use all the words that Lombardi used to talk about his team. But now it's time. It is time now to bring it. So they've got to up their level in practice. They got to up their level for that first game. Wednesday night? Yeah. They've got to bring it, because easing their way into this season is not the way it is. And I'm not saying if they struggle early, they're not going to make the playoffs, but they've got to come out and assert themselves. So, there's been, every player's kind of had flashes of doing what they do, but they haven't been consistent. And I get it. This is preseason. I'm not calling them out. I'm just saying now it's time. Now it's time to bring it.
Like the way I'm bringing the music in?
Yeah, you just give me a chance. Final word. Thank you.
Indicating that the live stream is coming to an end here shortly. How's that for production value, pal? Good. You like that?
Good. Yeah, I had to get that off my chest. So thank you for giving me the last word.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Final buzzer.
Actually, it was like the Oscars. You were going a little long. I'm playing you off stage right now. This is my version of playing you off stage. You know what my favorite part of the podcast was today?
What's that?
When I threw up a picture of you in that terrible shirt, and then you couldn't defend yourself because I made a technical mistake, and I don't think any of your audio went out. So that's definitely going to be a promo.
The shirt speaks for itself, right?
Yeah. Nothing else needs to be said about that thing, Stretty.
Style doesn't need a voice.
I love it. All right, my friend, thank you for doing this, and happy Thanksgiving. Hope you and your family have an awesome weekend, and look forward to chatting again next week.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, that is Got Your Back Short Shift live stream edition, our first ever live stream. I can't wait to go back and watch this and see if anything worked. I have no idea if anything worked or not. Reminder, it was brought to you by Mid-City Construction Management and, of course, our good friends over at Weiss Johnson, as I fade subtly through to the title page. And thank you again for your downloads and your subscriptions. I don't know, we'll try this live streaming thing again. Why not? Have yourselves a great Thanksgiving, folks. More Got Your Back content. Got Your Back YEG early next week. Got Your Back LeBrun and Rashog midweek. And the NHL season is ready to get going. We are fired up. I know you are too. Have a great weekend.